Hey there, Meghan with SwiftPaws here, and I'm going to go over some tips and tricks and some of my personal best practices for using our lure coursing kits. Now, we actually have 3 different versions of home or backyard lure coursing kits, starting with Chase, which is our newest, our smallest, and our lightest weight option. We also have Home Original and Home Plus. And what are the differences between them? You really want to think of it as if you were buying a truck, right? You're going to get the power and speed that you need for your size space. Chase can be used, well, they can all be used indoors or outdoors, but Chase is a little better suited for indoor use. It also can do speeds up to 20 miles an hour, and it can run courses up to 100 feet long. Home Original can do 30 miles an hour and 300-foot long courses. Home Plus can do 36 miles an hour and up to 750-foot long courses. So depending on the space and area you have to play and the activity level, size, and power of your pup, you can pick the unit that is best for you. And we do sell our kits incomplete kits only. So you can't just go online and buy just a drive, because you're gonna need everything, the pulleys, the string, the flags, to get started, and it wouldn't be fair for us to sell you just piecemeal one-off. So everything comes in a complete kit that has everything you need to get started right out of the box. We also sell bundles, which are our way of putting together things that we think give you the best user experience, but no worries, even if you buy the most basic kit, it will have everything you need to run. Now, a couple of key things when you are running SwiftPaws. I am a bit of a safety nut, and as much as I love our products and I think that they are incredibly fun, healthy outlet for pups with a little too much energy that need to burn off a little steam, it's so important that everybody using them is aware of some of the safety factors, including the fact that SwiftPaws is for pets in their prime. So this is a high impact activity, chasing, running, and it's not for young puppies whose bodies and joints are still growing. And it's not for health compromised dogs that might be recovering from an injury, or senior older dogs who are slowing down and shouldn't be doing that type of high impact activity anymore. And if you're wondering if your pup's up to it, ask your veterinarian. They will be the best resource to help you determine your individual case. But of course, pets have a number of years where they just have got some energy to burn. And so we love providing this type of healthy outlet that I like to say turns their prey drive into play drive. It gives them a way to express that desire to chase and to catch without them going after a squirrel in your backyard or the neighbor's cat or your own cat. And that brings me to a really good frequently asked question, which is, will letting your dog chase after the SwiftPaws lure increase their prey drive? And the answer is not really. Prey drive is something that's inherent, and when they're chasing after the flag, it's pretty clear that this is not a live animal. So the first time they see it, they might think, ooh, maybe, but once they get a hold of it, they realize that it's a game. And then that's when it changes into play drive. So just like chasing after a ball or a frisbee, your dog knows that this isn't live prey, and it actually builds drive for this specific type of game. So if you have any loose bags flying around your house, they better watch out. But if your dog coexists with your cat peacefully now, they're not going to want to chase them any more than they already do if you give them this outlet. And in fact, giving them a healthy outlet for some of those natural instincts can actually lessen some of the unwanted behavior because they're already satisfied. All right, moving on. Our kits and our machines are powered in 2 different ways. Chase is powered with this plug right here. We give you a wall adapter, plug it into any outlet, and you plug the other end into here. If you're going remotely and you don't have access to an extension cord or outlet, you can plug it into like a battery pack that you would power your phone with, for example. That's pretty simple, pretty easy to use. There is no internal battery with Chase. It is just power, plug it in, and play when you need it. Home Original and Home Plus are powered with LiPo batteries. Now, we have tried a number of different batteries in the past. We currently use batteries from rcbattery.com. We actually really think that this is a solid brand. They have done their homework. They've got the manufacturing done really well. And LiPo batteries, however, are not without a certain level of risk. Actually, any battery is not without a certain level of risk. So we choose to use an external battery, one that you charge up, and then you put it inside of the unit to take with you in play. We also, at no additional cost to you, include a safety bag with every single kit purchase. And the reason is these LiPo batteries, when they are even taken care of properly, have a potential to fail. And so when they're not in use, and even when they're being charged, we always want you to store them and charge them inside of this bag. Now, how do you put them in the bag and charge them? That's pretty easy. You just slip the battery in the bag, and it has this little slit on each side where you can have the charging cable out, and that charging cable can stick out of the bag, and the bag can still be closed. And that allows you to safely charge the battery up and also safely store it. So anytime you're not using that battery and it's not plugged into the machine, I want it to be in that bag, just for safety. Continuing on the safety kick, one of our biggest and best safety features is a really simple one, and that is our tethers. Every single pulley and every single SwiftPaws main drive unit is always supposed to be anchored with these tethers. I don't care if you're using it inside, outside, if you're staking it into the ground, if you're hooking it onto a hook, however you are anchoring these pulleys down, we want you to use the tethers. And why is that? That's because they allow the system to be flexible. Our systems use really light tension. That means that everything is flexible and it can move. So if this pulley has the string on it and your pet comes in and runs into the pulley, it's gonna move out of the way. And then it's gonna move back into position once the pet is free and clear. We have a little saying at SwiftPaws that we would much rather break equipment than we would want to break pets. So we always engineer everything to have fail-safes. Our string, for example, our line, this is just braided mason line. You can get it at any hardware store. It has a pretty light breaking tensile strength. So that means that if your pet does put too much force on the line, it will break. But it's super easy to tie the line back together. And your pet can easily chew through the line as well. That said, however, the easiest way to free your pet from any kind of entanglement, or if they won't let go, is to either cut the line or open up one of the pulleys or machine and let the line come free. As soon as the tension goes slack, your pet will come loose, or they usually like to drop it because once there's no more tension, it's no longer alive in their mind. One of the biggest things we get from people who use it all the time, any one of our kits, is that their pet starts going after the line, the machine, or the pulleys themselves. And usually that's because they're not winning enough. Let them catch the flag. Catching the flag is such an important and rewarding part of the fun, and they should be catching this flag multiple times every single play session. Think about it. If you went out to chase something and you couldn't catch it for a while, you'd start to get creative too. So my number one best tip for being able to play this game with your pet for years and years to come is to let them win and let them win often. And that's why you get 2 rolls or 30 whole flags with every kit that you purchase. We want you to be able to replace that flag and replace it often. And remember, they are made of corn flour, so if your pet does accidentally ingest it, it is digestible, not that I would feed it to them on purpose. That's all I have time for right now, but we'll bring you more tips and tricks just as often as we can. We love educating people about using these types of products for healthy enrichment for their pets. More to come. Take care. Bye.